We have a 2-2 result. Alert, we have a 2-2 result. Japan ties the Netherlands 2-2 in Cowboy Stadium, Dallas Stadium, back in our hometown. Beautiful to see. The scenes were amazing as Japan was able to get one back late off of a corner kick. The Netherlands scoring 2 goals off of the post going in, and Japan scoring 2 deflected goals. Ends up being a tie. The Netherlands have never lost their opening World Cup group stage game, an unbeaten run that is the longest of its kind in World Cup history. Well, that streak continues as the Netherlands and Japan ultimately share a point.
The Netherlands actually haven't lost a group stage match in 17 consecutive games now. They're almost impossible to beat in group stage level. A team that is still looking for their first World Cup, the Netherlands. They've been to the final 3 times, have lost 3 times. Looking to have a good World Cup here, and it looked like they were going to get off to a good start with their second half start. Van Dijk, what a header. The way he eyed it as he hit it, man. The angle was perfect. Able to kind of just get enough spin on it to where it snuck inside the post. But Japan respond very, very well. A nice hit from Nakamura. Little deflection off of the boot of Van Hecke. Ties this game 1-1. And then Somerville. What a goal. Has never played in a competitive match for Netherlands. Relatively new player. Had a good season at West Ham before his injury. Curling effort. Solo goal. Golazo from Crescencio. Koeman makes a couple of defensive moves to try and see out this lead 2-1. Japan does the opposite. They bring on Junya Ito. They bring on Sugarawa to try and get the equalizing goal. And they start having the ball for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. Netherlands just sit back, absorb pressure. And it's the Japanese who ultimately break through. They get a second goal. It's off a corner kick. What a delivery. What a header. Ends up bouncing off of Kamada as well. 2-2. What a game. End to end. Both teams had good spells. This is the type of game I want to see Brazil-Morocco have. This is the type of football that I want to see at the World Cup. Just end to end. Really good fluid football. Thank you, Netherlands and Japan. This is a hell of a match.
It was a great game. It was a great game. I'm going to give my man of the match award to my boy Gravenberg. I thought he was incredible today, putting on a show in that midfield. His move right before the Somerville assist was ridiculous. He had 2 Japan players ganging up on him. He escapes the pressure, hands it out to Somerville, who then takes care of business. That guy has a really interesting narrative going for him. Yeah, I've seen him play a few times. I remember his time with Leeds before he went over to West Ham. And yeah, it seems like he's just been trying to ply his trade in these lower level clubs in England. But he's got talent. Usually that's Frimpong on that side. But it feels like offensively, the Netherlands is just looking for someone to take over with the absence of Xavi Simons. They're looking for somebody to provide the goal, starting Malen up top, bringing Depay back in. I thought it was interesting, the offensive identity of both teams. I really didn't know how either team was going to get a goal in this game. Was it through a header? Was it through wing play? Was it through central play? It kind of just seemed like each team just took their moments, had luck on their sides, and that's how we ended up getting 4 goals in this game. I got to say for myself, I do leave feeling a little bit of the same sentiment that I felt having watched the Brazil-Morocco game. 2 great teams going up against each other, but can they get into that contender category, or do they still remain as dark horses of this tournament? Japan is a heavy favorite for that for many people. Netherlands is one of my picks to go deep in this tournament. They end up sharing points here, but I would have liked to have seen the Netherlands specifically. I was rooting for them to pull off the victory here and hold off Japan, who, to their credit, was able to get back into this game.
Yeah, both teams are interesting because they both such talent on paper and on the pitch. But yeah, you get results like this where neither side could actually get the 3 points. But I mean, going into this tournament, I wasn't high on these 2 teams, and I don't leave any higher or any lower. They're both good. I think they could both go to the round of 16. Both of them to get the quarters, though? I don't know. I mean, if they can get a good path, sure. Japan's interesting, too, because they've played the most World Cup matches without ever making quarterfinals appearance. So they're looking to try and make a historic run. I just think it's going to be tough. You see the issues both sides have. Japan seemed to be slightly one-dimensional with the way they approach it. They're really only good with keeping the ball on the ground. And Netherlands, too, kind of seem one-dimensional in the sense that if their forward guys like Gakpo or Somerville aren't playing well one-on-one, then what ideas do they have? It doesn't seem like they have a backup plan. So it's a good game for both sides. I just don't see any of these teams as contenders.
I do if Netherlands, for the first time in their past 10 years, can finally tap into the defensive identity that so many people have wanted out of them, bro. Because I'm still disappointed by how they concede goals despite having ridiculous names at back. It's been like this for years. You look at their roster, it's ridiculous, the names they have. But even today, 2 goals conceded, I will say it's tough. Van Bruggen had a tough time between the sticks. 2 deflected goals was really annoying to deal with.
True.
But I just wish I could see the Netherlands go through a tournament where they're a dominant force, where they take on that Italy mid-2000s identity. They have the names for it, but they're just not able to do it, bro. Tapping into something like that, I think, would be the thing that puts them into a quarterfinalist type of category. And for Japan, I will say, I'm going to give them credit here. It's the first game of the tournament. I'm very hyper aware of teams that are in AFC, CONCACAF, CAF region that go up against European teams specifically and measuring themselves up against those squads. It's the first game of the tournament, so I got to think that the way Japan ultimately faced adversity in this game, being down twice and coming back into it, leaving it with a point, I'm going to take that as a good grade at the end of the day. Honestly, playing better than what I anticipated going into this match. I did see the Netherlands winning this game. Japan played some good football and ultimately was able to get a point out of this game. I'm going to give them credit for that because it's not easy for an AFC team to go up against a very good team in Europe and to come out without being losers. So credit to Japan here. I think I need to see more as the tournament progresses, but it's a good start, man. It's a good start at Cowboys Stadium, putting on a show like this and facing Netherlands one-on-one and matching their offensive qualities.
Yeah, the only thing I'd add to that is the Netherlands do concede goals, and they don't have star power up top. So I think this is just the reality of this Dutch team. They're going to concede, but they'll also be feisty in attack. And Japan, I see the same thing. They don't have real stars, but they play really good football, which will always keep them in any sort of match unless they're playing what I would consider title contending teams. It's going to be interesting watching both teams as they progress in this tournament. I think their matchups in the next stage is going to be crucial because if they can get a team that's at their level or below, then they can definitely size up. But I don't see either of these teams being able to beat the heavyweights in this tournament.
I guess I'm higher on the Netherlands because 2022 quarterfinal run, penalty shootout against eventual champions, Euros semifinal run, and it's playing the style of football that isn't that much different from what we saw today. They still find ways to score goals. Their defense still leak goals. But I think Netherlands going up against anyone is going to have a competitive game. And there's a certain type of tournament pedigree that I think does favor them. That's why we haven't seen them lose in 17 group stage matches. That is the thing I can give Netherlands in terms of why I have belief in them potentially facing off against a Morocco round of 32 and being able to take it to them. Going to the round of 16, getting a result. I know it's not necessarily what you see on the pitch, but there is just a certain essence that they carry in tournaments. It's in the latter stages, in the semifinals and the finals, where they too tend to fall short. But in recent memory, I'm seeing this team as very similar, at least what I saw today, very similar to that Euros team and that 2022 team, which means I have to give them that belief that they can go deep.
I just wish they would evolve past this.
Bro.
Like, they are good and they can go deep. Because it's the same every single tournament, which is why I'm just personally not high on them. I recognize the talent. I just wish I could say, oh, wow, this Dutch team can go to the semifinals. I can't say that, and I've never been able to say that, really.
Somerville? Maybe put the team on his back.
He'll be fun.
Yeah, let him put the team on his back.
The thing is, they will be fun. Like I know Gakpo's going to get a great goal. Like I know that. I know De Jong's going to have a hell of a moment in midfield. I know Gravenberg, like you said, already he had a great game today. He's going to show up in this tournament. It's just as a team, the Netherlands always falls short at one point where I'm just like, okay.
I get you. And the thing is, it's a very similar sentiment I have to Japan. I would say both teams, they don't have offensive superstars.
No.
Imagine Japan had one guy up front that just on it, bro.
Right.
Like a Kvaratskhelia level type of player.
Yes.
They don't have that. There are some of their parts. They're a power of friendship type of team. And it's solid. It's really good. But can it get them into contention status? I agree. I don't think so.
That's my thing, is that Japan played great today. But when I picture them in a round of 16 matchup against what will be a very, very good team, I'm like, okay, this is where it's going to end for Japan. I think for me to think higher of them, they should have won today. But in the end, they were chasing the match at the end of the day. They did well to come back. But yeah, I said this going into the tournament. If you're noticing a negative tone here, I don't like Group F. I don't like the teams here. None of them convince me.
Hey, well, my take was that Sweden would get second place. This is the perfect result for Sweden to potentially take over Japan in second place if we're assuming Netherlands gets first. But it leaves it open. It's open. Those are the group dynamics right there. Give us your thoughts on this game. How are you feeling? Are you more optimistic on the Netherlands, more optimistic on Japan? Let us know down below. Lots of football left to be played in this group. It's a 2-2 draw to start.